For Drag Me to Hell, it wasn't really a cohesive script. It was always changing. I didn't know, what I was gonna go through. He would say, okay, today you're gonna have maggots thrown up on you. Oh, okay. Karma's a good thing because it has, it teaches us a lesson, and that if you do bad things, that life will somehow, it will come back to you.
Soon it will be you who comes begging to me.
We would work 16-hour days, and then I would get like a 5-hour turnaround. I'm not kidding. I would say, I'm just gonna sleep in my trailer because I have to get up pretty soon. He literally dragged me through hell, yes. Like he said in the audition, he would. I just didn't believe him. I got the role for Christine in Drag Me to Hell. Sam Raimi came to me. I did not have to audition for Drag Me to Hell. There wasn't even, like any scenes, and he basically said, this is what, you're gonna have to go through hell. You're gonna be dragged to hell. And I was like, oh, that sounds like fun, working with you. But little did I know, it was literally, he put me through a lot. Working with Sam as a director was great. He really takes his time. He's very interested in what the actor has to offer. Like, for instance, I changed I think the name was Stephanie before, and on the first day, I was like, no, I don't want to be Stephanie, this girl's Christine. And he went with it, and he's, yeah, okay, sure. He's not by the book, and very imaginative, and does many different kinds of takes, and willing to kind of go with what the actor says, and I like that.
So many things to choose from here. Unfortunately, not what I'm looking for, which is a weird little dried monkey head. Oh wait, no, never mind, he's going.
I'm Ram Joss. See ya.
I'm Christine, and this is Clay.
You probably already knew that, right?
Sam Raimi, he has his own unique take on, he's also like a true horror fan, so he gets that slapstick humor that's with the horror part. I have no concept of it, but I just trusted him. Okay, oh, this is kind of strange, it's kind of a weird angle, but he knows exactly what he's doing with that. But I enjoyed it. I didn't play it like a comedy. I just played it like Christine going through these, just making bad choices. Here, kitty, kitty. He has a very interesting take on the humor with the horror together. And I think it's very rare to see that in movies, and I enjoy that.
I almost forgot. Found it at the bank.
What is this? No way. Wow, it's a 1929 Standing Liberty, and it's almost fully stripped.
I've always loved Justin Long as an actor, and I've always wanted to work with him. So when Sam brought his name up, yes, of course, we have to have Justin in it, it's perfect. Justin and I were friends before that, so it was great just to be able to work with him, actually work with him. He was perfect for Clay, and we just had a ball. It was just, honestly, it was fun. Working with Lorna was awesome. She's, professional actress, and she knew how to play that part. She's nothing like the character, Mrs. Ganush. But we had some very awkward scenes together, so it's not like we had a ball like Justin and I did. She's very talented, and I just, she really made that gypsy come to life.
But now, I beg for you. I humble myself
Mrs.
before
Ganesh,
you.
please,
I,
stand up.
Sylvia Ganesh.
Mrs. Ganesh was, humiliated because Christine wouldn't give her the loan. So she just, really took revenge on her, and it was just relentless. And I think that's just Sam's style. He just really likes to see his actors tormented. Because honestly, there was a certain amount in the script, and he would just keep adding to it. It was all Sam. I mean, I would even say, wait, are you sure that you want to put her through that? Because I thought we were gonna end the movie at some point, Yeah, it was just relentless. It was just crazy, but that was part of the story. Sam, when he shoots a scene, it's not just, okay, we're gonna do a couple of shots on this and then we're done in a matter of, a few days. The scene in the parking garage, for instance, took 2 weeks to shoot. He just gets literally up your nose. You're like, are you sure you wanna be right here? But it was so much fun. It was so much fun to work on a scene like that. It's like every actress's dream to kind of do something crazy, and just wild, and it was very fun for me. So probably the most disgusting when Mrs. Ganesh, I have a kind of a memory of just like her mouth and just saliva, and I remember we'd be like, can we put, maybe like a plastic wrap on my face, and even she was uncomfortable with it, and Sam would say, no, this is how it looks good. So it was that at times was kind of like, okay, this is this, sanitary.
And get your filthy pig knuckle off my desk!
I remember the bloody nose scene started out just as a little trickle. It dropped on the paper, and then she wiped her nose, and that was it. But then Sam just kind of like really gets into things, and then he was like, no, actually, I think I want it spraying. And then, oh no, and now I want it spraying all over everybody. And I'm like, how is he gonna do this? This is gonna take forever. It's gonna take a whole nother day. It's not even the scene. And so that's how working with Sam is, but it's great, he just lets his imagination fly, and he's in the moment, and it's just, he's an artist working.
And action!
Here, let me help you.
And it didn't work out on the first take. It's like the spraying backfired on me, and it changed the clothes, and then it was definitely a struggle with the bloody nose. But yeah, it was very interesting for me because I just have never worked on anything like that before. It was fun.
I'll need the tension in the right hand.
Okay.
Yes, really tense. I'll need the mouth wide open, your head back further, and your eyes wide open, and a little shaking of the head like you are screaming, not a smile, screaming.
In fact, I think that's why he just kept adding to it, because he'd be chuckling. I mean, they'd have to redo takes because he'd be laughing so hard. And he was just having a ball, I know. And Sam was he was definitely getting his kicks off with watching me go through all this. And then I learned what Bruce Campbell went through. I didn't know. I really didn't. I wasn't really very knowledgeable about the horror movies in slapstick horror that he does. So through it, people would say, this is kind of what Bruce Campbell went through. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, so he's kind of, that's his style. He puts actors through this a little bit. So yeah, I was trying to be a good sport about it though. And he definitely laughed a lot.
I'm giving it back to you!
The most difficult scene is probably the scene where I was digging up Mrs. Ganesh again, because it just took 2 weeks to do, and it was just really long and grueling, and I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, are they allowed to put an actor through this? But yeah, it was just take after take after take, and you're freezing. And actually, I got shingles after that was towards the end, and I didn't know what this rash was. I had shingles after the movie. My doctor was like, "What have you been going through?" I'm like, well, actually, I've been digging up this lady in a grave.
Do you like my new coat?
I do, I really do. What happened to the old one, though?
I threw it out. I never want to see it again.
Oh, no. Oh, that's too bad, because look what I found. I found this in the car. I thought maybe you could, sew back on.
The ending of the movie was really unfair for Christine, but is one of the reasons why I did the movie, because I just don't really see movies that end like that, where you're, no, that's not fair. How can she go through all this? And at the end, oh my gosh, she, got the button. But it was one of the reasons why I did the movie, because it was just, I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't stop thinking about how Sam, put her through, and then after all that. It definitely holds a special place in my heart, because it wasn't just Christine going through it, it was me, and it was a great, great film. Working with Sam and Justin and Lorna, and great actors, and I have such amazing memories. Even if some of them were horrific, it still was definitely imprinted in my mind forever. And just to be a part of that was just outstanding. Like, I never in my wildest imagination would I ever think, because I was very shy growing up and I did not like horror movies, that I would ever be in a horror movie. So it was just amazing to me.